institusi itu bisa kemudian bersatu, tetapi kesulitan atau perbedaan di dalam itu masih tetap ada gitu. Jadi tidak bisa langsung dalam ekumene movement itu tidak bisa langsung Katolik dan Protestan itu langsung menjadi satu. Jadi dalam kesepakatan itu kemudian masing-masing menghargai perbedaan yang ada.
The quote goes on, some see certain essential aspects of the church order as willed and instituted by Christ himself for all time. Therefore, in faithfulness to the gospel, Christians would have no authority fundamentally to alter this divinely instituted structure. And of course, this sentence refers to the Roman Catholic, Orthodox, but also the Lutheran position in Northern Europe and Scandinavia, where historic episcopate is seen as directly willed by God.
Ya, tadi yang saya sudah sedikit masuk jelaskan itu tadi pemisahan-pemisahan yang dibuat antara gereja Protestan dan gereja Katolik, kemudian ada uskup refer kepada juga gereja-gereja Ortodoks dan gereja Roma Katolik tadi.
The next sentence is about the Protestant positions, basically. Some affirm that the ordering of the church, according to God's calling, can take more than one form, while others affirm that no single institutional order can be attributed to the will of God. Some hold that faithfulness to the gospel may at times require a break in institutional continuity, while others insist that such faithfulness can be maintained by resolving difficulties without breaks which lead to separation. So this is a reflection of the Protestant position in its diversity. There are different positions within the Protestant family. So what is Protestant church policy anyhow, you could say?
Ya, adalah susah untuk kita kemudian mengenali dan kemudian melihat bagaimana dominasi gereja Katolik dan Ortodoks dalam pendekatan posisi ini. Jadi sorry, I missed. Maybe you continue.
Okay. Let me go to the next part, visible and invisible church and the position of Rudolf Zrom. Protestantism has a long tradition of structuring ecclesiology from the perspective of a distinction between invisible and visible aspects of the church. Invisible is the church as ecclesia credita, as the church we believe, the church with a capital C of the creeds. Is the church as founded on the word of God, as creatura verbi. Therefore, the invisible nature of the church is communion of the saints, communio sanctorum, to refer to another well-known expression in Protestant ecclesiology. As to the visible aspects of the church, Protestantism focuses on the marks of the church. How can we be sure that in a specific church, GKI, GKJ, whatever, we meet the church with a capital C? As I said, the Lutheran Reformation develops two such marks, the pure proclamation of the Word of God and the pure and scriptural administration of the sacraments. Calvinism added a third mark, the exercise of church discipline. The visible aspect of the church includes the whole positive dynamics of history, society, and institution.
Ya, sekarang masuk kepada invisible aspect of the church. Jadi hal yang kelihatan dan tidak kelihatan dari gereja. Protestan sebenarnya memiliki tradisi yang panjang tentang struktur daripada gereja, di mana invisible church adalah sebuah persekutuan orang-orang kudus. Gereja yang tidak bisa kelihatan sebagaimana kita tahu bersama adalah didefinisikan dengan persekutuan communion of the saints, persekutuan orang-orang kudus. Di dalam Lutheran, reformasi Lutheran dikembangkan ada beberapa tanda dari hal ini. Yang pertama adalah kemurnian proklamasi akan firman Allah dan administrasi scripture administration of the sacrament. Dan di dalam Calvinis ditambah satu lagi tanda, yaitu exercise of church disciples. Discipline, sorry.
Okay. I go to Rudolf Zrom. This distinction between the visible and the invisible aspects of the church became fundamental in the views of the German law expert Rudolf Sohm at the end of the 19th century. Whoever goes deeply into the subject of church polity from a Protestant theological perspective will soon meet his name and his influential book Kirchenrecht, Church Law. Sohm, a Lutheran church lawyer trained in the faculty of law, intensively studied the history of church law, and so with a special interest in Luther's views. In his opinion, the Church of the New Testament had no formal juridical organization at all. It was a church of the Spirit, or a church of love. Only from the end of the first century, a church of law, Rechtskirche, developed, ending up in the medieval impressive church structures, which, however, in his view, hardly left room for the work of the Holy Spirit. According to Sohm, it was Luther who, in his early years, restored the original freedom of the believers. At the same time, he left the organization of the church in the hands of the worldly authorities. This understanding of church history determines Sohm's view of church law, as expressed on the first pages of his book in two well-known theses saying, first, law is at odds with the nature of the church, because, second, the nature of the church is spiritual, but the nature of law is worldly.
Ya, ada seorang tokoh yang sangat terkenal berbicara tentang hukum gereja ini, namanya Rudolf Sohm. Beliau, tokoh ini tertarik sekali kemudian mempelajari tentang hukum yang dibuat oleh hukum Martin Luther. Bagi tokoh ini adalah gereja adalah organisasi yang tidak kelihatan. Itu gereja adalah sebuah bentuk Church of Spirit. Jadi gereja itu berbicara tentang spirit, kemudian gereja itu berbicara Church of Love, sehingga kemudian dia meninggalkan institusi-institusi itu. Ada beberapa tesis yang kemudian dia paparkan dari pemahamannya bahwa gereja itu tidak kelihatan. Ada yang pertama, hukum itu sebenarnya membuat perselisihan di antara gereja-gereja, membuat trouble gitu. Karena pada dasarnya gereja itu adalah spiritual, jadi by nature dan bukan keduniawian, bersifat duniawi, worldly. Jadi gereja itu spiritual, jadi hukum-hukum kadang-kala itu mengganggu, membuat gereja itu menjadi berselisih. Karena pada dasarnya nature gereja itu memang adalah spiritual.
So for Sohm, the church as the community of the Lord is a purely spiritual reality, comparable with the community of people who admire a great musician, come together for a concert, and then leave again. Their bonds with the maestro and with each other are no more than spiritual in nature. So from a theological perspective, Sohm fully rejected the church in its organizational structures. It has no theological relevance at all. Therefore, it could easily be left in the hands of the civil society, the civil authorities. Sohm's views have had a decisive influence on the 20th century discussions on church law, especially within Protestantism in the European continent. They were welcomed by some and they were rejected by others, but they challenged all who, mainly in Germany, played a role in the discipline of church polity. Sohm's approach is clearly positivistic. For him, law is equal to written rules that claim authority. He has a very formal view of law, relating it exclusively to worldly powers, coercion, etc. The problem of this view became manifest in Nazi Germany. In the 1930s, German national law turned out to be at odds with the gospel. In 1933, the German Evangelical Church was formed as a natural ally of the National Socialist regime. In protest, in May 1934, the Confessional Synod of the German Evangelical Church, including members of Lutheran, Reformed and United Churches, met in Barmen to oppose, as the Barmen Theological Declaration says, to oppose Nazi attempts to establish the unity of the German Evangelical Church by means of false doctrine and by the use of force and insincere practices. Unfortunately, however, Sohm's intuition that church polity has no theological relevance at all is still very much alive in Protestantism.
Ya, bagi Rudolf Sohm ini, gereja itu ibarat seperti seorang kita yang datang bersama-sama di dalam satu pertunjukan musik, kemudian melihat seorang maestro yang begitu luar biasa di sana, kemudian setelah itu kita meninggalkan gitu, dan tidak kita menikmati saja begitu, kemudian kita tidak terikat secara struktural kalau begitu, kemudian kita pulang, kita bisa menikmati persekutuan itu, kemudian kita pulang. Jadi itulah wujud gereja yang dimaksudkan oleh tokoh ini. Kemudian namun dalam tulisan ini dikatakan bahwa ini kemudian memberikan suatu dampak negatif. Itu buktinya dalam dimanifestasikan dalam gerakan Nasi. Ketika Nasi kemudian berusaha untuk mempersatukan gereja, tetapi